Hi everyone, welcome back to How To Turkey. Oh, wait, no. Let's try that again. Hi everyone, welcome to How To Thursday. Oh, no, it's still not Thursday. I'm sorry guys, I've got Thanksgiving on the brain. I can't think of anything else except for turkey and stuffing and cranberry sauce and pie and so much pumpkin pie. Anyway, I'm going to show you guys how to make a really fun Pilgrim hat that you can wear at your Thanksgiving celebration. Wonder who's making pie. Gotta get pie. To make your felt Pilgrim hat, you're going to need a large piece of black felt, at least 36 inches long. From that piece of felt that measures about 36 inches long, you'll cut a rectangle that measures 10 inches high by about 23 inches wide. The width can change depending upon the size of your head. So with the help of an adult, you'll need to get a tape measure and measure your head and see just how many inches around it is. However many inches around your head is how wide you'll cut the fabric. A piece of white felt that measures the same width as the black felt that you cut for the hat and measures 3 inches high. The final piece you'll need is a piece of gold or brown felt that we'll use for the buckle. This piece should measure 2 inches by 2 inches. You'll also need some embroidery floss and an embroidery needle. You can choose any color you like, but I'm going to use black because I like a traditional Pilgrim kind of look. I'll begin by placing my white strip all the way along the bottom of my black felt. And then I'm going to start with a running stitch along the top of my white felt. I'm going to start in the far left corner. It doesn't really matter if you pick the left or the right, whichever you choose. And I'm just going to do a nice running stitch. We're going to come straight up from the bottom, and then we're just going to go straight back down. I like to use the black floss, or at least a very noticeable one, because it kind of gives it an authentic old-timey feel. Because Pilgrims didn't have sewing machines like we do, so you can more than likely see their stitches on most of their garments, like their hats. So you'll just continue your running stitch until you get all the way to the end of the top. I am just about at the end of my white felt, so I'll just do maybe 2 more stitches. And then I'm going to end things off, as I always do, with a nice balloon knot. So I'm going to bring my needle to the underside. And then I'm just going to come with my needle and go just underneath, grab a little bit of fabric, and pull until I have a little tiny balloon. Then I'm going to take my needle and bring it right through. Once you've completed attaching your white band, you're then going to fold your piece in half. Now, this is the perfect time for you to size your hat. What you'll want to do is take it and wrap it around your head. If these 2 ends meet evenly in the back of your head and they don't overlap, then your hat is a good fit. If they overlapped even a tiny bit, what you're going to want to do is just bring your stitches in just a little bit further so that your hat fits snugly on your head. And we're just going to do a running stitch. So it's just going to be straight up and straight down. And you want to make sure that these stitches are small and close together because this is a pretty important part of your hat. This is the part that brings it all together. So small, tight stitches side by side, and we'll do that for the entire length of the side of the hat. I'm now at the end of my side seam, so guess how I'm going to end it? That's right, a balloon knot. So let's give that a good snug knot so that we can now move on to putting the top on our hat. To make the top of your hat, you're going to need your hat rectangle that you've just sewn the side seam on. That's going to give you your shape. You're going to take your piece of black felt and a piece of chalk, place your newly sewn rectangle right on top, and then just carefully trace. It's okay if you make it just a little bit larger than what your hat is. You can always trim that off if it doesn't fit. So once you've traced that, you can go ahead and cut that out, and that will become the top of your hat. To make the brim of your hat, you're going to need to take the center top portion and fold it in half. Once you've folded it in half, you'll then place the center fold on the center fold of the black felt. You want the two to meet together right here. What you'll then do is use a piece of chalk to trace around that new half circle that you use the top of the hat for. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take a ruler, and it's important that you measure. You're going to take your ruler and you're just going to make little notches, little white marks, about 3 to 3.5 inches up from the center point of your brim. And then what you want to do is just draw a line to the end. And with each dot, you're going to connect it to the dot before. Then you'll take your scissors and you're going to cut just outside of that line that you've just made. Then you'll carefully cut the center out of that half circle. And now you have your brim. To attach the top to the hat, you want to place the top just beside this edge here of the felt. So you're going to bring those two edges together and use a whip stitch. So your needle's going to come up from the bottom and then right back around again. And I'll just end that with a balloon knot, and then we're going to get ready to put the brim on. So now we're going to work on the brim. To attach the brim, I like to turn the hat upside down and then take the brim and just place it over, just like this. You can use pins again here if it helps you hold things together, but you don't necessarily need them. What you're going to do is take the hat portion and the brim portion and meet them up. You're going to work with the center part of your brim, not the outside. And just like how we attach the top of the hat, we're going to attach the brim with a whip stitch. I've successfully attached my brim, and now it's time to make my buckle. With my piece of felt, I'm going to fold it in half. I'm then going to make a 1-inch cut this way, another 1-inch cut this way, and a third and final 1-inch cut this way. You can draw your square beforehand so that you get a nice even one when you go to cut it out. But this is now our buckle. Place your buckle right in the middle of your hat, just like that. And so now we're going to secure this with a few running stitches. You can use the same floss that you used to put it together, or you can use a different color, whichever you choose. But you just want to come from inside the hat now and aim for one of the corners of the buckle. And you're just going to make a super teeny tiny running stitch right there, and then pull. And then on the inside, you're going to make a balloon knot. You want to knot these at each of the 4 corners because you want it to stay secure. You don't want your buckle falling off right in the middle of the cranberry sauce at dinner. So now you'll repeat that for each of the remaining 3 corners. Well, that's it for this week, my friends. I hope that you and your family have an extraordinary holiday and that you have many, many things to be thankful for. I know that all of us here at the Handwork Studio do. So now, if you'll excuse me, I'm just going to eat this turkey because it looks delicious. I can't wait to